36-30 as we begin the second half here. The battle for Georgia, 17 and under quarterfinalists. Joel Hilsman, Lewis Preston, glad that you're with us. The Atlanta Express closed that second quarter with a very strong stretch and have a 6-point lead, and Anthony Edwards drops in a three. He's warming to the task now, and it is now 39-30, and just like that, a 9-point lead.
And once again, we go back in the second quarter with 3:23 to go.
Oh, good chase down block. Go ahead, Coach.
At 3:23 to go, you put the substitution in, took Zyree Scott out, and that's when the Express made their run.
Deep three, good, Devin Butts. Butts now in double figures with 11. That stops the run. Unofficially, I did not mark the run, but technically 29-28. That's an 11-0 run that they had just quickly off the top of the brain. Steal, knocked down. Georgia Magic couldn't come away. Here's Jackson. Jackson up. No. How important was Tyson Jackson, though, in that second quarter, Coach? Remember, he left the first quarter very early with a slight injury, worked it out in that quarter, and then came in that second quarter and did work.
Jackson was able to play off of the hustle of Jarju, and right there, those two guys were being able to play outside, inside, and were able to really wreak havoc on Team Georgia Magic in the paint.
Jackson free throw is good. He has 7 in the contest. Anthony Edwards, Coach, listen up, has a quiet 12.
You said you saw him score 2 in the first half, 30 in the second, right?
Back on the Memorial Day weekend, yes.
Okay, all right.
Free throw up, no good from Jackson. A whistle. Do we have a lane violation? It is 40-33. Right now, if you're Team Georgia Magic, I don't know, sometimes you play with your chemistry a little bit and it can affect you. And I think maybe they toyed with it a little bit unnecessarily. You said it. I'm not trying to belabor the point as the inbound is stolen by Edwards. Edwards back over to Hunter. Spins it quickly to Terry in the corner. Terry now feeds it in, and Zyree Scott with a steal. Gives it over to Walker. And a foul. Yeah, I might want to go get DeAndre Walker back in the contest, too.
Absolutely.
Go sit down here on that block and go to work. Yeah. It was successful as Trayvon Walker in that first half finished with 8 points.
Mm-hmm.
Walker catches it, now gives it to Zyree Scott. A little more than a minute gone by. Team Georgia Magic worked on defensively by Hunter. Hunter almost got the steal.
That was great job right there by Hunter, closing down right here by half court, because he had 2 other defenders right here, the half court line as well as the sideline.
And young basketball players must understand that.
Get the ball to the middle of the floor.
Stay in the middle of the floor. Jackson will be inbounding here for Team Georgia Magic in the Mosley.
Look like they definitely trying to keep that ball out of Zyree Scott's hands.
Mosley gives it over to Scott. Scott now going to drive below the foul line. Had it knocked away and a foul call. Zyree Scott, 11 points per game, a little over 5 assists last season. And in the 4A title game, he went up for 14 points to go with Adderton 16. Of course, Ty Fagan led them with 21, but key points and buckets in the moments for Zyree Scott, who makes the first free throw.
And once again, you can see where that culture that Ty Fagan talked about at Upson Lee is being displayed out here on the court here in LakePoint.
Scott, free throw, good. So he makes them both. 40-35. Tatum back into the game. Edwards, another 3. It is off. Rebound ripped off. They should have hit the tape. Okay. That wire is thin. Didn't see that.
Now, that's something I'm used to doing, is hitting the tape on a missed shot. But, you know, once again, when you got skills like you do, like Ray Allen, I mean, I'm just saying, you don't know what the tape is.
Just say, keep your shoulders square. Index finger follow through. I told you it was Hersey Hawkins, though.
Okay. All right. You keep saying Hersey.
Hersey Hawkins, man.
I think you're talking about Hershey candy bars.
One of the most underrated shooters. Zyree Scott off balance and scores. Zyree now with 9 points, and it's down to 3. 2 minutes gone, third quarter. Tatum in the corner to Jackson. Jackson now back to Tatum. Tatum back to Jackson. They play pitch and catch, so Jackson puts it on the floor and floats it in. Tyson Jackson. I'm with it, man. I'm with it. The young man is gifted.
Can't wait to follow him at Hargrave. See what he does up there.
Isaac Martin being waved in and allowed to come in at the table. 42-37.
I'm going to tell you, the officials have done a great job in both these games up to this point because I haven't said a lot about them.
Haven't done nothing really much to say.
Exactly.
They are a commanding group and they are in control.
All positive.
Very much. So
It's a rarity from me.
Scott across the timeline, one way and the other now. Tatum is harassing him, but he dumps it off to Walker. Walker maintains his balance, back out to Jackson. Jackson, a three, no. Rebound, hit the floor, recovered by Edwards. Up ahead, pass was deflected by Walker. Walker gets the steal. Now he shoots it over now, and here comes Jackson. Jackson now spins it over to Scott. Scott looks, Walker down the lane, took contact, coming right at Jarju.
That's what bigs are supposed to do right there. Them man bodies right there in the paint. Man bodies.
5-point contest, 5:14 to go.
Well, I tell you, if I was a football coach, I'd offer all these big guys.
In the Scott turn up, it was bothered by Jarju. Team Georgia Magic upset again, wanting another goaltend. Tatum out of control, and he gets the foul.
What are you upset for? He's the one that initiated the contact, though.
I know. He's going to the free throw line. Here comes Robinson going to check back in. Jarju will go out. A plethora of height and big men for this Atlanta Express squad.
And what's crazy was Robinson got off to those 6 quick points, and Jarju came in. He's been on the bench ever since.
Yeah. 6 quick points for Robinson. And you know what? That's valuable for Robinson because he came in for Jackson. It wasn't Jarju that came in.
Exactly.
Tatum at the line. Javon Tatum goes through his free throw routine. Hill of the rim, no good.
You know, it must be really good, though, when you got big men that you can rotate in like that, the way that the Atlanta Express has.
Yes. Free throw. Oh, rolled in good. So Tatum now has 3 points. He split the free throws. 43-37. Ever since the Express took the 31-30 lead, they have not relinquished it. The Magic led for the bulk of that first half. 3 minutes gone. 3 ball. But side iron. No. Edwards gets the rebound. Anthony Edwards now with 12 points. Pass was tipped and deflected by Mosley. They've got numbers if they go up ahead to Butts. But Jarju came back and blocked the shot. Get that shot out of here. A 3-0 break, and Ibrahim Jarju just said, give me that. Good God almighty. Rory Griffin going to have him at Green Forest next year.
He has been absolutely the momentum changer in this game.
Where was the foul? Butts at the free throw line.
I'm not going to say anything.
Take a look at the instant replay. Jarju was at midcourt and came back and give me that. That's not a foul.
I'm not saying anything.
Butts at the free throw line. Missed the first. Gets the second. Woo! He came from midcourt. Lewis.
Jarju reminds me of an 80s basketball player.
5-point advantage. Drops it off. Jarju shows the hands, recovers. They bother him. It's knocked away in a foul call. Ibrahim Jarju. The difference in him from even just 6 months ago, he's cut up a little bit more, beefed up.
Yeah. Look like he has definitely not abandoned the weight room.
No. He has stayed in there. Ibrahim Jarju taking a look at him. 22 for the Express. Martin will be inbounding it underneath. Looks and gets it back to Edwards. Edwards with 4.5 in the third quarter. Edwards around the screen. Edwards drives, took contact. The shot was bothered and blocked by Jackson. They call an offensive foul. Yep. Offensive foul called on Anthony Antman Edwards.
I mean, everybody had loaded up on him right there. He might have needed to pass out.
And that's what you don't see too much from him is him forcing it. Like I said, he's got 12 points in the contest right now. They've kind of all been the 12 that have came to him. Pass, almost a turnover. It is a turnover. Upset as he goes across the referee setup and rest area there with 4:16 to go.
That's a good job by Isaac Martin right there, you know, taking and challenging that far out, and it kind of disrupted the Magic right there for a turnover.
Tatum across the timeline. Martin now gives it back to Edwards. Go ahead, Coach.
Robinson and Jackson underneath.
Battling, yeah.
Exactly.
Edwards, they close out on him. Oh, Euro step. Took contact, left hand up, no. Rebound comes off to Walker. Walker solidifies it and holds it. That's the one I was just about to compliment how he's been. Jarju goes up, tried to dunk it. No, and he was fouled. Abraham is going to break something in this gym by the end of the night.
And Dan McDonald sitting down there right now, who's helped to organize the battle for Georgia. He's looking a little concerned right there. They feel like they might break a rim up in here tonight.
Something is going to happen. Jarju fell. He's okay. And look, you see Trayvon Walker on the replay shaking his head. I was just about to compliment him. He's been very patient on his outlet passes and not making turnovers, although made one there. Jarju free throw, no good. Jarju has did all this and hadn't even scored.
Once again, how can you impact winning without scoring the basketball?
Hadn't scored a point.
And Jarju's had an incredible impact, the momentum swinger in this game so far.
Taking a look at beautiful LakePoint here on our baseline cam on SUV TV. Abraham Jarju at the free throw line. Jarju still has not scored. A good board brought down by Team Georgia Magic and Clarence Jackson. Jackson into the full court. Be careful, don't get hit with the travel. Butts off the screen. Butts stops. They are attacking, man. Jump ball. It will go to Team Georgia Magic. And the Wasp man right there.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Did you see that job by Jarju coming out there to help Anthony Edwards right there? Didn't get back to his man.
Antman and the Wasp.
Exactly. That's the next Hollywood movie.
It's out.
Oh, okay. Tells you how much I paid attention to Antman.
I saw it, and that's the first thing I thought of. Oh, way to go, Butts. Butts hit with a jump ball. He tried to get the foul, did not. Now, foul count, remember, you get the 7, you're in the double bonus. The Xpress already have 6. So the Magic, despite trailing by 5, could use that to their advantage. New shot clock also as the possession changes to the Atlanta Express. So here's
out.
Jarju goes out. Tatum gives it to Edwards. Edwards so versatile. Can play the 2, can play the 3, and as you saw there, played the 1 is in bringing the ball up the floor. Looking as they look at a zone defense now at the moment and a 5-point lead picked up by Jackson. Over the Tatum. Tatum, jumper, inside the arc, no good. Rebound hit the floor, picked up. Here comes Irie Scott. Scott running, they don't have numbers. Scott inside, kicked it back out to Butts. Butts spins, worked on by Martin, pulls the jumper, forced it, no, tip, rebound underneath, up and scores, Webb.
It's a great job right there. Timeout right there by Team Georgia Magic. Great call right there by Coach. Kind of change that momentum a little bit.
43-40 with 2:52 to go. It is a timeout on the floor. You take a look at our SUV TV instant replay. LakePoint has begun work on its 500-acre North Campus. The road and bridge construction began in April, and construction is moving rapidly and will continue for the remainder of 2018 and into 2019. Completion of the 1.3-mile road located just off of I-75 between exits 283 and 285 is slated for May 2019. LakePoint's North Campus will bring additional fields for baseball, soccer, lacrosse, and football, as well as hotel, dining, and family entertainment options. For all updates regarding LakePoint Sports, please visit our website, lakepointsports.com, and follow us on social media at LakePoint Sports. 43-40 with 2:53 to go. Joe Hilsman, Lewis Preston out of the timeout.
The way that you just read that right there, now I understand why you get paid the bit bucks.
It's a couple tongue twisters in there.
I'm telling you, you did it all in one take. You the Jay-Z of broadcasting.
Tatum, one way and the other, gives it inside, and Tyson Jackson dumps it home.
What do you like to say? Sharing is caring?
Sharing and caring, man. You do it, you will win. I promise you. 2.5 to go, third quarter. Scott breaks it. Scott now spins it over. Jackson, a 3. Now he needed that one.
Yes.
Christian Jackson, a 3-ball. Had to have that one. Clarence Jackson, not Christian Jackson. Excuse me.
And for all the things that we said, that's a 2-point game with 2:20 to go.
And that's a tribute to the Magic not really dying down, because you could kind of see them wobbling just a little bit. Martin, a corner 3. You cannot let Isaac Martin shoot from the corner. 3-ball, his first one of the contest. 48-43. He's made a name for himself at McEachern and Wheeler shooting that from that corner. Crosses the timeline, gets a screen now. Is Butts. Butts has been somewhat quiet, just about. He's in double figures. He has 11. There's a drive off. Jackson swallows up the glass, outletting it to Tatum. Tatum surveys the floor, spins it up ahead. Now kicks it back out to Tatum, over to Edwards. Edwards walked. They didn't call it. Edwards pulls a 3. It is good. Anthony Edwards. Give me the hot sauce. Give me the hot sauce, Anthony Edwards. His 4th triple.
The ball comes off his hands so easily.
And the rotation. Scott driving. Foul.
Zyree Scott, I'll tell you, I am more and more impressed when I see him. Personally, I don't think he can come back out the game, to be honest with you.
No, he cannot. The follow-through and the gooseneck, as you take a look at our SUV TV instant replay from Anthony Edwards talking about the ball coming off, it was there. You're going to give it to him. Good form, good follow-through. That's why I need that hot sauce. He has 15 points, 4 triples in the contest for Edwards. Zyree Scott at the free throw line now, 51-43. Team Georgia Magic trailing. Scott, good. He split. He hit the first one. So Zyree, 3 of 3 from the free throw line.
So just think they have not lost a high school game in 2 years, over 2 years. It's impressive.
Adderton gets the rebound. 51-44, 7-point lead. Screen roll action, Walker to Zyree. Zyree tried to go by Tatum, stop, adjusted in the air and scored. A double pump move in the air. He had to hang just a moment to get it to go. 51-46. Tatum couldn't believe he hit that one. Edwards drives in the corner. Martin, a 3. Cannot leave Isaac Martin in corners. Scouting report.
Once again.
A steal. Anthony Edwards dunked it home.
Oh, my goodness. Boy, that's special right there.
Quickly, boom, boom. 10-point lead. 56-46, 40 seconds. Trip and a foul on Edwards. He didn't like it, but it's okay. Anthony Edwards now has stolen the show with 17 points.
The impressive part about that was the way that he just dunked that ball, because if he would have grabbed the rim, he would have probably landed on his neck. He just threw it down in there.
Yeah, if you're going to grab it, hang on to it. Swing on the rim. Substitutions now. Jackson and Robinson out. Smalls and Ibrahim Jarju in.
I'm telling you, these bodies out here are going to make some college coaches very happy.
Lance Terry going to come in, and now Edwards will get a blow with 41 seconds to go, third quarter. That's another aspect that I like. They're playing quarters.
Right.
I know you from the college game. I wish we would kill the halves.
I think it's coming. The women have already done it, and I see the men having to do it here in the next year or two.
It's got to come. The basketball is made to be played in quote-unquote segments.
Right.
Not time segments.
I tell you, I was a little bit concerned with Anthony Edwards with his Michael Jackson shoes on today. But he has definitely lived up to the billing here in the second half.
56-47 now as we come up on the final half minute of the third quarter. Terry spins it to Tatum. Tatum to Martin, and now a timeout call. An interesting timeout with 26 and 4/10 seconds called by the Atlanta Express 17 and under. You know what? Edwards is going to check back in, so they're going to go with him. They only have 16 on the shot clock, though, and they have 3 timeouts remaining.
Just goes to show you right there, when you got so many weapons, you can trade offense for defense.
Draw up something here to get you a bucket. You're still, you know what though? No, they can't go 2 for 1.
No.
So they can't go 2 for 1. So you probably want to milk it down. Right. The Magic still have the opportunity to get the final shot.
Right.
But right now it's under 9. You're trying to get your largest lead at 11. Nice strategy.
It all depends right here. If I'm the Express, I'd try to get Anthony Edwards up top and get him in a flat ball screen in the middle and let him attack downhill. If you got Isaac Martin in either one of those corners right there, because he's not down 2 in a row down in the corner. So it all depends. Once again, Edwards, with his ability to handle the ball and do a variety of things, he's going to find the open man.
Terry has it now to Edwards. 10 on the clock. Shot clock down to 5. They've got to go. Edwards, 3, 2, 1. Edwards to beat the shot clock. Horn! Anthony Edwards. Special.
Man, that's all I got to say.
They drew it up, didn't they? 3 seconds, 2. Adderton, a long heave. And a foul call on the shot. Great job by Adderton to draw the foul on a 3-point attempt with 0.3 of a second. Anthony Edwards, though, our SUV TV instant replay, to beat the shot clock, a step back, and it is a 3-ball. His 5th 3 of the day.
It's good to be special. The beautiful thing about that right there, Joel, he wasn't rattled.
No.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, all right, lift up, knock it down.
Adderton now rolled off. This is a big opportunity here to finish it strong. Anthony Edwards had 1 point after the first quarter.
20 now?
20.
Yeah.
Free throw good for Matterton. 59-48. This is a big free throw here mentally if you're the Magic. 10 points going into the fourth, but you have not regained that lead since you had it. Free throw good. He made them both. 0.3 of a second, and that will be the end of the third quarter. The fourth quarter should be special. It is the Atlanta Express holding a 59-49 lead over Team Georgia Magic. Is there a basketball player in your life who wants to take his game to the next level? Come to LakePoint and train with former Purdue star and NBA player Walt Jordan. Coach Jordan has trained and coached professional basketball players and spends 2 nights a week trying to help the next generation of hoopers achieve their dreams. For more information, visit LakePointSports.com and follow us on our social media platforms at LakePoint_hoops. Back courtside at LakePoint Champion Center. It is the battle for Georgia, the 17 and under quarterfinals. Glad that you're with us here on SUV TV. We go to the fourth quarter. I'm Joel Hilsman. My wonderful partner is Lewis Preston. Zyree Scott now has it for Team Georgia Magic. They are in the white. They're moving right to left. Atlanta Express had a fast break and put them up 31-30. They have not trailed since then. And before that, the Magic were feeling pretty good.
Yes.
Anthony Edwards, the high man, with 20 right now in the contest.
And it goes back to when Zyree Scott went to the bench. It changed all the momentum, and they haven't quite been able to recover. They've stayed close, but haven't quite been able to recover.
Jarju has no points, but has affected the game in so many ways.
Jarju and Walker down on the low block on that play right there, right, just brought back memories of back when I played.
Zyree Scott with 13. Devin Butts with 12. I want to see something from Trayvon Walker now. Has not scored in the second half. 8 points in the first half. But more importantly, Coach, he had 6 early points in the first quarter. Scott scores off the inbound.
And that goes to show you the effect and the impact Jarju's had on this game.
Yes. Edwards across the timeline. Edwards pulls up into a 3. No, it is short. Walker the board. He gives it over to Zyree Scott, who has not came out since he went back in. Butts a 3. Off. No. Jackson tip will rebound to Walker. Walker with strength and power goes up and he's fouled. Trayvon Walker going to the free throw line. The all SEC. Well, I say all SEC. Everybody in the SEC wants him for football.
I tell you, he must have been listening. He must have a special mic in his uniform because he must have listened to us on the broadcast. Because as soon as we said we wanted to see something, he showed us something.
Well, there's a reason why SUV TV is courtside, Coach. Walker at the free throw line. Trayvon Walker, all 6'8" of him. Free throw short.
I tell you, I love watching nimble football bodies play basketball.
Yes.
I really do.
Yes. Preach.
The same way these football coaches like to watch these 6'7" undersized big guys. Mo Alley Cox, Antonio Gates.
Free throw good. Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah. I was going to let you say the Atlanta fan.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. Oh, I was just saying.
No, see, don't do that. Ooh, Scott, get up. Lance Terry, who started the game, but Tatum has played very well. Jordan Smalls also on the floor for the Express. The Express in possession. Martin, remember, he had 2 big corner threes in that third quarter. Clock now down to 5 seconds. 4. Edwards drives. Edwards spins. Offensive foul. That's his second time hit with the offensive foul. 59-52.
I'm 50-50 on that one. I can understand either way.
I'm trying to figure out why you let the clock get so low in that possession. Here's Adderton driving out of control, blocking foul, and Smalls didn't like it. Jared Adderton will go to the free throw line. Adderton looking to have a breakout year this year at Upson Lee as a senior. He stepped up in the championship game, the 4A championship game, had 16 big points. He was so big they couldn't get his name right on the stat sheet. So that's why I say Adderton.
Once again,
Adderton.
just keeping everybody, on top of their game. That's what you do.
Not without your help.
Well,
and our great producer.
I mean, they call you Mr. Joel Hilton.
6:41 to go. Free throw by Adderton is good. Jared Adderton now only a 6-point of the game, but you can kind of tell how he's affecting the game a little bit differently, should I say.
What's crazy right now, it's a 6-point game, and you think it should be more.
It should. Very much so.
I think it should be more.
Free throw. Adderton. It rolled off. Jarzu gets the rebound. Ibrahim Jarzu has been all over this game except for in the scorebook.
Chase Hunter's been quiet here in the second half.
Very much so. Hunter has 12, though, all of them in the first half. But Tatum, who's getting ready to check in, was surprisingly well in that second half. Let me check it. Tatum, he only had 1 point, but he's kind of engineered the game a little more than what I've used to seeing him. At Tucker, look, Nicholas Watson could shoot the 3 ball.
Right.
Tatum was on the other side. So I'm used to seeing Tatum pull a little bit more than he has now. But sometimes when you have special people around you, necessarily don't have to do that.
Sometimes you just got to blend in.
Edwards drives, left hand, left side, no, tip Smalls back out. Adderton comes away with it, a 6-point game with 6.5 to go. Adderton spins it up to Scott in the corner. Scott cut it into Walker. Walker turns up off the window, and a foul was called. You know what? I would really start feeding Walker some more now.
You see how he ran and angled right there in the post?
But you saw what Scott did.
Yes.
Reward him.
Exactly.
When you reward him,
right.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's ABC basketball, like you used to say.
Once again, simple fundamentals.
Clarence Jackson, baseline out of bounds, 6:15 to go. Joel Hilsman, Lewis Preston, glad that you're with us. The battle for Georgia. LakePoint Champion Center, Scott, a 3, it's off. Rebound, tip, Jackson, no. Tip, rebound, Jackson up. There's a whistle. Basket interference. Or someone grabbed the net. And Jackson wants an excuse, and I'm with the Georgia Magic coach as well. He's been upset. He thought he should have had at least 2 goaltendings called.
Right.
Now he's got hit with the basket interference. He's not pleased.
Well, I got one remedy for that. Just make the first layup.
2 minutes gone. Fourth quarter. Shot the passing lane. Jackson with a steal. Jackson takes it away from Tatum. Jackson goes up and scores. Clarence Jackson. Jackson with 8 of the contest. It's a 4-point game, Coach.
Tell you, we kept saying it, kept thinking it should be more than what it was.
Now, Jackson was not afraid of Edwards in the first half. It's the fourth quarter now. Edwards now has it, now spins it over to Hunter. And it was knocked away by Adderton.
Money time right now.
Do you think maybe this Magic team has found their lineup right here? Scott, Jackson, Walker, Butts, and Adderton, the 5 on the floor.
I would say yes.
Okay. Edwards, Tatum, Robinson, Jackson, and Hunter, the 5 on the floor. Mismatch. Jackson turns, hit the side of the backboard. Defense by Butts. Outlet to Jackson. Jackson is going to go up. Layup good. They've cut it to 2. And a timeout call by the Atlanta Express. 59-57, 5:14 to go. 2-point ball game.
Right there, and you see the Atlanta Express coaches talking to Jackson right there because they had a smaller guy on him. He should have buried him underneath the rim and then gone up over his left shoulder and finished there with his right hand.
What do you call it, mouse in the house? I thought that's what he was going to do.
Exactly.
Man, it is very, very good. I peer around LakePoint. Let's see, 54-43. Game Elite's got a lead.
We got one game already.
One game is over.
Oh, Celtics came back against Team
They
Elite.
have. They got a 4-point lead with 4.5 to go. Man, Game Elite and the Stars, what happened over there? That game is over.
It was quick. Who ended up getting that win?
I do not know. It was kind of nip and tuck there. Oh, man, I love the setup.
Oh, boy.
Joe Hills, Lewis Preston, glad that you're here with us.
Dan McDonald, Dean Keener, everybody involved with LakePoint should be commended for this.
Very much so.
And the crowd is filling up.
Filling up as we get, I guess you talked about Sunday dinner and all of that. And see, we're on SUV TV, so, I guess, and I'm tweeting, but not as much. But, you start seeing how the brackets break and you know, the talent in Georgia is here. The battle for Georgia. Glad you're with us. Anthony Edwards drives. Anthony jump stops across the lane. It was bothered and blocked. Where's the whistle? Ooh, I don't know about that one now. Lead official. She came out, made the call. I don't know about that one, sister girl.
I thought Walker had on ball right there.
What they playing with, a Wilson? Yeah, that was all Wilson. Third team foul called on the Magic.
Right.
Shot clock will be reset. We take a look at the SUV TV instant replay. Edwards free throw good, so Anthony Edwards.
Walker got that clean, didn't he?
Yeah, that's all Wilson, man.
But that's what happens when you're All-American, when you're All-Star.
Don't do that.
What are you talking about?
No.
Don't
Don't do
that. Well
that.
deserved.
Okay.
In a positive way.
All right. Gotcha. Both free throws are good from Edwards. He has 22. He's 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He has hit 4 threes in the contest. Check it. 5. Stop. Nice pass. Adderton being unselfish. Blew the layup. Walker got his own board. Put it back up. No. Tip. Walker. Count it.
They got a foul on the second one.
I'm trying to see if she's going to give him the N1.
Oh, no.
No,
2 shots.
she did not.
He couldn't believe he wasn't going to have any duress at the rim.
But see, here's the thing right there. Dunk that.
Yes.
Dunk that.
But look at that second lift right there.
Yeah, second lift. Got it up there.
Yep.
That's that Moses Malone.
The SUV TV instant replay.
Walker at the line, goes through his free throw routine, gets the roll, soft touch.
Telling you.
From Trayvon Walker. We will go into the 16 and under semifinals next here on the main court. I don't know what that matchup is quite yet, but I will find out. Walker free throw good. He made them both. Man, let me buckle up. Where my seatbelt at?
I've been buckled in.
61-59, 2-point game. The Express took a lead 31-30 for the first time in the game in the second quarter. They have not led. They have not trailed since. Georgia Magic trailing by 2. Jarju turns, foul line jumper. No! Walker gets the board. He gives it to Adderton, who gives it over to Scott. Scott back to Adderton into the forecourt. Adderton to Walker, who was filling the lane. Walker back to Adderton. They're laying it up. Golden! 2 points to Jared Adderton. We're tied at 61. Sharing and caring, and that's the big man seeking and finding.
But once again, the Magic have their lineup, right? You got this one you got to stick with.
This year. I got to run with this lineup.
This is it.
I got to run with it. And I have 2 timeouts. Each team with 2 timeouts.
Exactly.
Final 4-16. Shot clock is on. Tatum across the timeline. Jackson takes a seat. Now they've gone a little small. Martin and Hunter off the ball. Tatum on the ball. Worked on by Scott. He wanted a 5 count. Hunter gets a screen. Hunter hesitates. Left of the lane. Stop. Mid-post. Jumper. Chase forced it and scored.
That's beautiful.
Chase Hunter with 14.
That was great defense, just a little bit better offense.
Scott now will bring it up. Halfway gone, fourth quarter. 63-61. Scott stops. 15-footer. Front iron, no. Fight for the rebound. Adderton underneath and scores. Jared Adderton. Man, does this boy have big time road over him? The potential to be anyway. Edwards now picked up by Jackson. 3.5 to go. We're even at 63. Edwards now taking his time. Edwards drives. Edwards had his cookies taken. Tyrese Scott with the steal. They've got numbers if they go. Scott across the way. Butts. Open. Pump fake. Escape dribble. A 3. No. Front iron. Martin gets the rebound. Martin now goes to Tatum. I think they could have pushed that and got an easy 2. Up ahead. Hunter. Pump fake. Left corner. A 3. Bottoms. That's a big momentum swing there.
5 points by Chase Hunter right there in a row.
66-63. They had the numbers right here, the Magic, if they would have pushed it. Scott drives. Scott up, layup, no. Rebound comes off to Edwards. Tipped out of bounds. It'll go to the Express with 2:51 to go.
Boy, Tyrese Scott's had a couple different moves right there. Hadn't been able to finish. And then the Express have come down and knocked those back-to-back shots down by Hunter. Just the little things that can mean a lot.
Tatum will walk it up. 66-63, 2:45 to go. It has been good the whole way. Hunter wanted to catch and shoot. Goes through multiple dribbles, looks on a back cut now. Here comes Martin. Martin feeds Jarju. Turning, fading, jumper, badly missed. Walker gets it. Walker, man. Y'all love football. I'm sorry.
Tell you.
I got to have you on this hoop floor, man. Pump fake, butts, drives, short corner jumper, it rattled out, tip, stayed alive, but Hunter comes away with it for the Express. And then they almost get the steal in the backcourt. Tatum across the timeline. Tatum goes over to Georgiou, back to Tatum. Good give and
nice.
go.
Nice by Georgiou.
Timeout call by the Express. They have 1 remaining, and they have a 5-point lead with 2:06 to go. 68-63. It's an exciting time of year at the Champions Center. In August, the LPBA Fall League gets underway for top high school basketball teams in the area. In October, LakePoint hosts the 2nd annual LakePoint Coaches Clinic with an exciting lineup of speakers from the highest level of college basketball. In November, the 2nd annual LakePoint Middle School Tip-Off, powered by the Atlanta Hawks, highlights the month and is expected to grow from last year's 54-team field, which consists of teams from Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee. And lastly, the 3rd annual LakePoint High School Showcase takes place on December 15th, with several top high school teams from the area coming to compete at the LakePoint's Champions Center. For more information, visit LakePointSports.com and follow us on social media platforms at LakePoint_hoops.
I'll tell you, while you catch your breath right there from giving that PSA right there, one of the main things that's been great to watch right here is the fact neither team is backing down. Neither team is backing down. You know, Zaire Scott, I mean, he's had a couple to where he wish he could probably have back, but once again, that's what's made him good throughout the course of this game. Wow.
You mentioned the word earlier in the game, intimidation, butts a 3, in and out. No, it would have brought it down to 3. Would have brought it down to 2, 68-63. Edwards could not maintain it.
Yep.
And I think that word still applies to Team Georgia Magic. They have not been and are not intimidated.
Not at all.
68-63, the Express with the lead. It's worth noting now, for the first quarter and a half, the Magic led. And then with about 3:20 mark?
About 3:23, it all changed.
It changed, and the Express went up 31-30, and they have held that lead ever since. It was tied briefly at 61. Game Elite Black with a 74-65 victory over the Georgia Stars. Oh, boy. Oh, my.
Interesting.
Oh, my. 68-63. The Celtics have a 10-point lead on Team E in that quarterfinal. Right here, it's a 5-point game. The closest of the games that are remaining in the 17 and under Battle for Georgia bracket. Joe Hilsman, Lewis Preston, glad you're with us. Zaire Scott has the ball. Zaire now between the rings, worked on by Tatum. He peels it back out, 10 on the shot clock. Drives up in the air, over to Walker. He tried to dunk it home. He was fouled. We talked about how last time he needed to dunk it.
He went right at Georgiou on that one.
Yes, he did. No fear, no intimidation. You've talked about it, and you brought it up very, very early in the contest.
Exactly. Because it's very easy to get wrapped up into the names of the players on the other jerseys, and all of a sudden it takes you out of your game. Have not seen that from Team Georgia Magic at all.
At all. Walker at the free throw line. Very patient, goes through his routine and gets the free throw to go. He's a solid free throw shooter on the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's 6 of 7 from the line.
And that's another way that you can eat and stay on the floor. You can knock down free throws.
Missed it. When jinxed it. Georgiou. Georgiou's got to have, 4 blocks, 9 boards, 8 shot alters, and he didn't have a point in the game. Edwards with 80 seconds.
Affecting winning without scoring the basketball.
This is when you love that there's a shot clock. Edwards drives on Walker. Oh, too big, too strong, too good. Anthony Antman Edwards, first field goal in the fourth quarter. 6-point game. Scott dumps it off. Walker layup. Good. Trayvon right back at you. And a quick timeout. They have 1 remaining. 62 seconds. It's a 4-point game, 70-66.
Great game right here.
Yes, it is.
Once again, both teams are doing what they do best. Get up and down the floor. They put it in Anthony Edwards' hand. That drive and finish by him was special.
That's on Walker. That's not someone small in stature.
Exactly. And he wasn't even affected by him. Eyes on the prize the entire time.
Good no call as well. Trayvon played very well. Anthony Edwards, by the way, has 24 points in the contest. He has hit 5 triples. He is the leading scorer right now for the Atlanta Express. Checking other numbers, Zaire Scott, he has 15 for Team Georgia Magic.
I only have one word to describe Anthony Edwards: special.
14 for Trayvon Walker. I've got 2 words: extremely special. 70-66.
So we can just call him ESNS.
Pretty much.
Extremely special and special.
Listen, he was at Pango's.
Yes.
And I don't know if you saw the clip, Rajon Rondo. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Hunter across the timeline of Edwards, under a minute. 4-point game, but there's a shot clock. 18 on it. Oh, what a pass by Edwards to Tatum. That's what you were talking about, special?
Special.
Jackson drives, not there, picked up the dribble. Hunter's now on him. Looks and gives it across. Here's Scott. Zyrese stops. Jumper. Elbow. No. Tip. Walker. No. Jarju comes away with it. Jarju has it. Now they fight for it. Edwards across the timeline. Final 25 seconds over to Tatum. They just replayed it.
And that might be the game right
That
there.
is the game. 8-point game, but the Magic did not crumble now. You just look back to that little stretch in the second quarter and how the game may have changed. Edwards picks up the foul. 11 and 8, 10 seconds. Man, Anthony Edwards, as we take a look at the SUV TV instant replay, and Tatum got behind the defense in a beautiful find. The Atlanta Celtics 81-67 winners, so they advance to the semifinals. That free throw is good by Butts, Devin Butts. Butts, a quiet second half, 5-10, but he's got 13 in the game.
Exactly.
We didn't see much of Stephen Green or Christian Palmer in the second half, but both you and I decided that we thought that they had that lineup that they needed on the floor. 74-68, I'm sorry.
That was the lineup that they put in with 3:23 to go and kind of changed that to the Express momentum right there.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
And we can go back. Film don't lie.
No, it doesn't.
Like ball don't lie.
Ball does not. Foul given, so they're going to make them earn it at the free throw line. It'll be, oh, no, they got a long way to go. 14 fouls. 74-68. Pass tip, they get a steal. Adderton stepped out of bounds once he got the steal. Inbound to Tatum. Tatum gets it, and he's fouled. I know.
It's been a great game, man.
It has been.
It's been a great game.
I'm going to say this. I'm very, very pleased with the effort overall from the Georgia Magic.
Yes. Very much so.
Inbound to Edwards. Edwards is fouled.
What are you fouling right there for? With 3.5 seconds.
Hunter will be going to the free throw line. Chase Hunter did not score in the third quarter. He has 17 currently at the moment. Free throw good. $75-68. We are the only game in the 17 and under bracket that is still going, but it's the main floor. Free throw good from Hunter.
I've been told by our producer, Marcus Burnett, that I'm supposed to stay here with you.
76-68. Hey, Georgia Magic fall, but it was not a laydown effort from the Magic.
Very impressed by Team Georgia Magic. Once again, Anthony Edwards showing why they call him Antman, and that's why they call him special.
Trayvon Walker, a very solid day again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 8 and 6. He had 14 for Team Georgia Magic.
Wow.
All right, so it's the 16 and under semifinals. I don't know the matchup quite yet, but we'll have it in just a moment right here. The SUV TV's coverage of the Battle from Georgia will continue here from LakePoint.